Welcome to Storybook Fun. My name is Antoinette. Stories can take us anywhere. Today we will read, write, sing, talk, play, and build stories together one step at a time. We'll change and rearrange familiar songs and rhymes. Imaginations ready? Let's follow that tale. Hello everybody, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hello everybody, and how are you? How are you today? Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Place them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them. Right up to your chinny chin chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not let them in. Excellent. Great clapping and great singing. Stories have 1, 2, 3 parts. First, a beginning, then a middle, and third, the end. The beginning is where we start. The middle is where we go on our adventure. And the end is where we finish up, although great endings usually mean the start of a whole new story. 1, 2, 3. The beginning first, the middle is second, and then the end is third. Beginning, middle, and end. Let's play with that number 3. We have a great rhyme that we can clap and sing about. See if you can help me out. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 bears climbing up the stairs. Will you try that with me? Find your eyes. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 bears climbing up the stairs. Let's keep going. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 kittens wearing mittens. Let's do that one. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 kittens wearing mittens. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 frogs leaping over logs. Let's do that one. I see 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 frogs leaping over logs. 1, 2, 3. Great counting. Now I wonder if we will count up even higher today. Do you think we can count all the way up to 5? I think we might do that. And maybe even higher. We'll count all the way up to 10 today. Do you think you can count to an even bigger, higher number? With practice, I know you will. Today, in our stories, you will hear many words that start with the sound of this letter right here. Which letter is this? Is it P? It is. This is the letter P, and whenever we make letters, I always say start at the top. Down and then around to make our letter P. You may want to trace that on your hand. Just like when we make music, we start at the top. Start at the top, down, and back to the top and around to make the letter P. P is the letter that makes the sound that you hear in words like pounce, or point, or pull. You'll also hear that letter P in words like peas. That's right. Not only the letter P, but the kind of pea that you eat. And P for plum. P for popcorn. The letter P. Now listen for those words today, and you can even jot them down or think of more words that start with the letter P. Popcorn, plum, peas. Now peas remind me of a story, like the kind of peas that you find in porridge. Let's clap and sing about that. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 9 days old. Oh, that was great. Let's do it again all together. Ready? Hands ready. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 9 days old. Talking about peas reminds me of a story. Our first story today was originally created by Hans Christian Andersen. Oh, he was a great storyteller and author, and many of his stories have been made into lots of our favorite picture books. And this story has been told many different ways. This is a fairy tale about the princess and the pea. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a king, a queen, and their young son, the prince. Now the king and queen were clever and wise, and the prince watched his parents and learned from them as they ruled the kingdom fairly and well. Now he had lots of questions, and his parents always took the time to answer them and to encourage him to follow those questions, because they knew that someday it would be the prince's turn to rule as king. Before long, the prince came of an age where it was time for him to find a princess to marry. A proclamation went out throughout the land. Now this is where you'll need your imagination. Will you pretend with me? Pretend that you have a great, big, long, shiny horn, and it sounds like a trumpet. And we're going to take a deep breath and blow into it. Will you try that with me? Remember, all of the kingdoms have to hear it, so it has to be pretty loud. Take a deep breath. Pick up that horn all together. Calling all princesses. Princesses came and princesses went, but none of them seemed to have the quality that the prince thought a real princess should have, and only a real princess would do. One dark and stormy night. Now, will you help me create the storm? Start by pounding your lap. It's like those clouds that pound together. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of thunder. And lightning, those flashes in the sky. They go flash, 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 flash. And the rain was coming down in torrents. Now what that means is there was a lot of rain, and it was coming down very quickly, and it was very heavy. It went like this, whoosh, 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 whoosh. So let's make that thunder. Boom, 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 boom. Very good. Boom, 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 boom. And the lightning, flash, 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 flash. And that rain coming down in torrents. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Knock, knock, knock. There was a knock at the castle door. The prince opened it. To his surprise, there stood before him a young lady. Oh, she was simply drenched from head to toe. She was dripping wet. Her hair was all wet. Her clothes were all wet, and they were covered in mud at the bottom. Her dress was kind of torn. She was missing a shoe. Oh, she was a mess. The prince invited her in. She was given dry clothes and a warm blanket and a nice hot cup of soup. They sat by the fire, and the princess told the prince all about how she had lost her pet frog and had gotten lost in the woods. Somehow, the prince knew that he had found his real princess. Now, the king and queen were not quite so sure. The king and queen had an idea. That night, after dinner, they went into the royal kitchen, and they found a tiny little pea. Now, you know, a pea that you eat. Not that letter P, but the pea that you eat is very tiny. It can fit right in between your thumb and your pointer. And it's very round. You can roll it around, and that makes it a 3D shape, something we call a sphere. A round circle that you can roll around is a sphere. So let's take a look. Now, I have a much bigger pea for this story. This is a story pea. It's bigger so you can see it. But it's shaped round like a circle. Now, if I could roll it in my fingers, it would be a sphere. What color is this pea? Green. Yes, this is a round green pea. Now, the queen took that tiny little pea, went up into the royal guest room, and placed it underneath the mattress where the young girl would sleep for the night. Now, only a real princess could feel that pea under that soft mattress, thought the queen. But then she wondered, perhaps we need more. So she added 4 more mattresses on top of the one that was already there. How many do you think that will make? Well, let's find out. We already have 1, so what number comes next? 2, very good. So she put that second mattress up there. 2, let's keep counting. 3, she had more. 4, and 5. 5 mattresses all together. Only a real, true princess could feel that tiny little pea under all those soft mattresses. But then the queen asked the king, and the king thought, we need more. He thought he would put 5 more mattresses on top of the 5 that were already there. How many do you think that will make? Well, we have 5. What number comes next? 6, 7, 8, keep counting, 9, oh my goodness, 1 more makes 10. 10 soft mattresses. Only a real, true princess could feel a pea under all those 10 soft mattresses, and only a real, true princess would do. Well, when the young girl came into the royal guest room and saw that big stack of mattresses, she looked up and she thought, how am I going to get up there? What do you think she should do? A ladder? That's a good idea. Did somebody say maybe a rope? That might work. She could climb up a rope. Maybe a trampoline and she could bounce up to the top? That might be fun. Maybe she could just climb up as if it were a mountain. Let's try that. Now remember, we have to climb up 10 mattresses, so we have to count all the way up to 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, I made it, said the young girl when she got to the top of all those mattresses. She was exhausted. She had a very long day, and she was so tired that she just lay down and fell asleep. Ouch! What is that? Ouch! 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 She turned and flipped and flopped all night long and didn't get a wink of sleep. Now, the next morning, when she came down to breakfast, she was so tired she nearly fell asleep in her porridge. "How did you sleep, dear?" asked the king and queen. She had to tell the truth. "Well, thank you so much for all those comfortable mattresses, but there was something pinchy in one of them and I just couldn't sleep." Now, the king and queen knew that this was a real, true princess, for only a real princess could be so sensitive as to feel that tiny little pea underneath all those mattresses. Now, there was a great big wedding, and a big proclamation went out throughout the land. Now, you know what we'll need, don't you? Let's get our horns out again, our big, long, shiny horns. Take a deep breath. Doo, 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 doo. Let's do it. Doo, 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 doo. There was a great big wedding cake. There was lots of great things to eat, like ice cream. What else do you think there was to eat? What's some of your favorites? Pizza? Yeah, I think there was some pizza there. What else is a favorite? Oh, do you like to maybe have some of those big crunchy goldfish that we like? How about some grapes? Some green beans? All great ideas. It was a wonderful party. And the princess even found her lost frog. But that's the start of a whole bunch of other stories. Now, as for that little pea, well, the last I heard, it's in a museum. And it might still be there now, unless somebody has stolen it. Now, I wonder, what do you think it meant when the prince and the king and queen said, only a real, true princess would do? What do you think the qualities of a real princess would be? Have you heard of some stories about princesses and frogs? Do you think you could maybe write your own story with that? Why do you think somebody would have stolen that pea? That could be the start of a whole new story, too. Do you think they used it again? What do you think would happen next? These are all great questions to be story starters. Grown-ups, when we change familiar rhymes and songs, we're really helping to nurture the next level of proficiency with language. Our little ones build confidence as they practice familiar rhymes and do that rhythm, rhyme, and repetition over and over again, and they get to know these rhymes very well. They practice lots of high-frequency words when they do that. But when you notice that your little one really knows a rhyme or a song very well, that's when it's time to change it. You see, when we change the words to a familiar song to match that pattern, children learn that spoken word has beats and rhythm, and that's common in all languages. So it really helps for them to learn about the structure of language and to bring them to the next step of fluency. So we're going to have some fun changing the words to a familiar tune. We're going to change the words to Farmer in the Dell. You know that one? Let's sing it. The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, hi-ho the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. Very good, let's do it again, one more time, ready? The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, hi-ho the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. Very good, very good. Now we're going to change it. It's going to sound like this. The king wears a crown, the king wears a crown, to march up and down all over the town. The king wears a crown. Good, let's practice that one. The king wears a crown, the king wears a crown, to march up and down all over the town. The king wears a crown. Very good. Now we're going to answer that question from that Princess and the Pea story that we ended with. What happens next? Well, I think they're going to have a parade, don't you? To celebrate that big party, that big wedding. And the king and queen, whenever they go out on a parade, will dress their best, and they will wear a crown on top of their heads. And there's the crown right there that the king wears. Now let's take a look at this crown. It has yellow, it has gold, and it has 1, 2, 3 diamond-shaped gems. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink pearls. This is a very regal-looking crown. Now, the queen has a crown that matches. It's exactly the same. She looked everywhere, but oh no, it was nowhere to be found. The queen lost her crown. The people cried with a frown. We must look up. We must look down. We must look all around and around. The queen lost her crown. Well, all of the people in the castle looked up and down and all around until they found a hat. What do you think of that? Well, this is a hat. You certainly would wear it on your head. But is it a crown? Is it the same? Does it match the king's crown? Well, let's look at it. Oh, look, it's a different color. The crown is yellow, and the hat is brown. There's those 3 diamond-shaped gems. I don't see them here. No, this hat is different. Who would wear that hat? The royal gardener would wear this hat out in the royal garden. But no, it's not the queen's crown. So everyone had to keep looking. They looked up, they looked down, they looked all around, and this time they found another hat. What do you think of that? Is it a crown? Let's find out. It is a hat. I would wear it on my head, wouldn't you? But is it gold and shiny with all that nice yellow on there? No, it's a different color, isn't it? This hat is white. Are there any diamond-shaped blue gems? No. Are there any pink pearls? No, this hat is different. It's not the same. Who would wear this hat? The royal chef would wear this hat in the royal kitchen to make all that great porridge out of peas. Well, it wasn't a crown, so everyone looked up and down and all around until at last they found another hat. What do you think about that? Oh my goodness. Is this a crown? Is it the same? Does it match the king's crown? Why, look. It is the same color, isn't it? It's shiny and gold with the yellow, and it has 1, 2, 3 diamond-shaped blue gems, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pearls are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink pearls are there. Yes, it's a crown. The queen found her crown. The queen found her crown to march up and down all over the town. The queen found her crown. And they lived happily ever after. It's time for us to tell stories and move. I have this beautiful red scarf, but you can grab anything you have at home. If you have a scarf, or you have a ribbon, or a towel, or a baby blanket, anything that you can move around to tell stories with. And if you have nothing, you can even just use your hands if you like. So please feel free to pause the video and get something that you can move around and play with to tell some stories with. I like my red scarf. Now what we're going to do right now is start out by, in the beginning of this story, making a circle. That's the beginning, that's where we start. So make that circle, get your whole body into it, just like that. And then we're going to hold it down. Dig a hole all around, just like that. And then scrunch it up. This is the middle part of the story. Scrunch it up. Plant a seed in the ground. Add warm sun and the rain that will fall. Now watch your flower grow big and tall. Just like that. And that's the end of our story. Let's tell it again, because all good endings lead to a new story. Now, where did we start? Do you remember the beginning of the story? Yeah, we started with our whole arm making a great big circle, just like that. Make a circle. Now hold it down. Dig a hole all around. Now plant that seed in the ground. Add warm sun and the rain that will fall. Then watch your flower grow big and tall. Just like that. And that's the end. Let's tell a new story. Now we're going to change the tune of a familiar song, Mary Wore Her Red Dress. You may know it. It goes like this. Mary wore a red dress, a red dress, a red dress. Mary wore a red dress all day long. Let's sing it again. Mary wore a red dress, a red dress, a red dress. Mary wore a red dress all day long. Lock it in. We're going to change the words because we're going to learn about weather. What is the weather, the weather, the weather? What is the weather all day long? Great job. Let's do it again. What is the weather, the weather, the weather? What is the weather all day long? Very good. Now, I want you to take whatever you have. If you have a towel, a scarf, a ribbon, or just your imagination in which you would hold your arms up really high and just hold it over your head like this. This is an umbrella. I'm under my umbrella, umbrella, umbrella. I'm under my umbrella on this wet and rainy day. Very good. Let's sing it together again. I'm under my umbrella, umbrella, umbrella. I'm under my umbrella on this wet and rainy day. Very good, very good. Now I'm going to take my scarf and I'm going to wrap it around my shoulders just like this. Cuddle under a blanket, a blanket, a blanket. Cuddle under a blanket on this cold, chilly day. Let's sing it. Let's cuddle under a blanket, a blanket, a blanket. Let's cuddle under a blanket on this cold and chilly day. Very good. Oh, and what if the sunshine is out? Let's go down to the playground. So we're going to stretch out again, only this time, instead of going up high like we did with our umbrella, we're going to go down low and swing like this. Let's swing on the playground, the playground, the playground. Let's swing on the playground on this bright and sunny day. Hey, that's fun. Let's do it again all together. Let's swing on the playground, the playground, the playground. Let's swing on the playground on this bright and sunny day. How about a windy day? Let's fly a kite. And you can do anything you want if you're flying a kite. There's all kinds of shapes and you can wave it around. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm flying a kite, a kite, a kite. I'm flying a kite on this windy, windy day. Let's do that again. Get your whole body moving any way you like. Here we go. I'm flying a kite, a kite, a kite. I'm flying a kite on this windy, windy day. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for playing with me. Thank you so much for playing with stories today. Please be sure to listen for those words that start with that P sound, that letter P, and make up your own stories. Just ask questions of your little ones, grown-ups, to have story starters. Have them draw pictures. And remember, change the words to those familiar songs. I have a song that's right here. It's got these lovely pictures, and these are the words to the song. I'm going to sing it, and it's I had a little nut tree. It goes like this. I had a little nut tree, nothing would it bear, but a silver nutmeg and a golden pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, all for the sake of my little nut tree. Do you think you could sing that with me and clap? Let's try. I had a little nut tree, nothing would it bear, but a silver nutmeg and a golden pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, all for the sake of my little nut tree. Thank you so much for joining in today. My hands say thank you with a clap, clap, clap. My feet say thank you with a tap, tap, tap. Clap, 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 tap, tap, tap. We roll our hands and wave goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to be the first to find out when we have new fun and informative videos for you. Orange County Library System is your place to learn, grow, connect.